Welcome everybody. Today I would like to talk a little bit about the Credit Suisse Bank in March 2023. I already have one video where I'm talking about the question how big is a capital hole. This was in October 2022, and a few months later it is a case that the Credit Suisse is no longer with us. So what are the reasons? Let's have a look at this bank balance sheet. It's a stylized bank balance sheet of the MenQ textbook. On the left-hand side, we have the asset side. So the bank has some reserves, gave out some loans, and bought some securities. On the right-hand side, we have the deposits of the savers. The bank has some debt. And also, some equity is on the right-hand side of the balance sheet. So after the Silicon Valley Bank shut down, it is a case that the Credit Suisse loses deposits. So some private rich individuals or also some other banks, they don't trust the Credit Suisse anymore, and they are taking 100 units out of this bank, and then of course this balance sheet is not balanced anymore. Big question, what can we do? Who are we? What can the bank manager do? Of course, when the right hand side of the balance sheet gets smaller, then also the bank manager can adjust the left hand side of the bank balance sheet and sell securities. This is one option. What can the regulator do? The regulator can, of course, also insert liquidity on the right-hand side of the bank balance sheet. So, for example, the Swiss National Bank could inject liquidity which is not coming anymore from the private actors, from the investors. So the regulator can inject money. Another option to adjust the bank balance sheet is that the shareholders are injecting additional capital into Credit Suisse. So the shareholders are injecting new equity to the Credit Suisse. Let's have a look how one huge shareholder reacted to this idea. Let's have a look. It is an interview with one official of the Saudi National Bank. Let's have a look.
At the end of last year, when you took that 9.9% stake in that capital raise, we had this conversation about how much money you were basically willing to buy in to Credit Suisse. If they were to do another capital raise in the future, would you be willing to continue at that level and in terms of increasing?
Well, the red line we have is 9.9. We will not go above that. To our knowledge, they are not looking for capital. They have not.
But if they did, would you?
I don't think they would. Honestly, they're very well capitalized. I think if you look at what even the Swiss Central Bank said yesterday is that we've looked at all the ratios, they're all sound, everything is fine.
So, here one huge shareholder says that everything is fine as his bank and that there is a red line and that the shareholder is not going to put new equity into this bank. And we know how this ended up. It is the case that the Credit Suisse is no longer with us. I hope that you find this video insightful and that you gained some ideas about the backgrounds, what was going on in this case. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.